to the ribbon cutting for the Jim Smith family Playscape. That's kind of a mouthful.
It is hard to say.
But we're excited to open it up to the public. We've had lots of kids playing in it already, and if you haven't been out to watch them, today's a great day to stick around and watch kids having fun. Today we're also honoring Jim Smith, who has been employed here for 35 years, and director is 34 or 33 and a half, something like that, long time. And following the ribbon cutting ceremonies, we are having a reception inside for Jim. A great DVD that Amy Conkling, wherever she is, and her husband Jack put together. So stick around and see pictures from Jim of yore, from starting with the baby on up. Anyway, there's our light refreshments in there, and then for the children, we've got all kinds of activities planned on the Playscape. So even if you did not bring a child today, please stay and watch the kids having fun. And if there are volunteers here helping today, I want to take this opportunity to thank you, both board members and all of the Playscape volunteers out there that are providing activities for the children. And at this time, I'm going to turn the mic over to Tom Cook, who has some words about Jim.
Thank you. As Mary said, we want to welcome everyone to the special event today. I know there's a lot of activities going on in Hutchinson today, just driving around, an awful lot of traffic out there, but appreciate everyone coming out today. Want to give some special thanks out to the Hutchinson Recreation Commissioners and Dillon Nature Center Foundation members for supporting us in this project from the very start. Also want to thank the United Health Ministries for supplying the funding and getting us going all the way through the project. We couldn't have done it without them. And of course to Jim and the rest of the staff out here at the Nature Center, numerous volunteers and city staff for all their hard work and dedication in seeing this project through from start to finish. Also special thanks to all the individuals, organizations, and businesses who contributed financially or with in-kind goods and services to make this project the tremendous success that it's turned out to be today. It's exciting for me today to be a part of this project. We feel like it's one of the most fantastic creative facilities you're going to see anywhere around the country as you travel. Starting about 23 some years ago, I showed up in Hutchinson, and one of the first things we did is Jim approached me and said, Tom, we need to do something with a master plan. I've got some ideas, some things that I want to do out at the Dillon Nature Center. Listened to Jim a little bit, and we decided to go on a cross-country tour of Minnesota and Iowa to look at some other nature centers. The reason we had to go there is in Kansas there wasn't anything for us to look at that time, since we were pretty much the first out here. Thanks to the forethought of Mr. Keller, who's with us. I think Jim's going to introduce a little later. But we came back with some great ideas, some things we knew we didn't want to do here in Hutchinson. Had a lot of pictures, and we kind of took a little bit of that, and Jim shared his vision with us and to the community. And from there, we approached a number of people and had just tremendous support from the Hutchinson community in developing this wonderful facility which we have today. A lot of you will probably remember some of this facility where we're standing in right here now. It used to be a driveways. People would drive their cars through, and if you'll notice the little building in behind the Playscape where we're going to be going a little later, that's basically where the staff were at. That's where they did all the programming out of. That's where all the exhibits were. That's where all the storage was. Everything was based out of that building, which used to be a picnic shelter. So they definitely needed to make some improvements and changes in the operation out here. We had a great start, but with the tremendous hard work and of Jim and the rest of the staff, they were able to accomplish that. And also, really, we couldn't have done it without the support of the Hutchinson community. And one of the most important things to keep in mind out here is almost entirely this whole facility has been developed, all the facilities, with private funding, with support from all of you. And that's something very unusual in today's age. The first master plan evolved into several master plans over the years. As the facility continued to grow and expand due to the demands the community placed on the facility, the staff and the programs that we have out here. However, none of this would have happened if it wasn't for that vision of one person. He's talked about this Playscape, and I kind of nod my head and couldn't really see it, but boy, can I see it today. But that vision comes from one person, and we're extremely excited to be able to have a small part in dedicating this facility in the name of Jim and his family, and be the Jim Smith Family Playscape. So with that, I'll let Jim come and talk a little bit tonight.
Well, I really wasn't expecting all this. I was here a minute to cut the ribbon for the Playscape and watch the kids play, just what this was really all about. But I do want to thank first Mr. Keller and Rich Patterson, who's back over here under the tree taking pictures. They hired me a long time ago. I don't know if it was a good or bad decision, but I'm glad they did anyway. And then I made some great decisions early on. I'm going to pat myself on the back. One was hiring Mary Clark, wherever she is. Other was hiring Steve Kinzer. Yes. Steve is back there. Wave your hand, Steve. Yes. And I can't even see where all the other staff are. We've got Sarah Blake here. I don't know if Nelson's here. Stephanie Carlson is back here. Other wonderful staff members. Who am I missing? So I'm forgetting things here. And all the wonderful, great board. We've got so many board members here today that have done so much. First, it was called the Living Land Foundation, then changed into Dillon Nature Center Foundation, and they've done so much for this area. Also, I'm trying to think. Well, I want to introduce my family. My beautiful wife, Joyce, is back here. Wave your hand. And we've got Anna and Kevin and Monica are here today, and just really happy to have them here. And they put up with all the weird stuff I've done through the years, and be trying to turn our house and our home landscape into a little mini nature center too. This whole Playscape idea, like right about where we're standing, there was a playground. Had some plastic horses, a concrete turtle. We kind of wish we had the turtle back. It might fit in now, but steal it from the zoo. They've got it right now. And a bunch of other stuff that really wasn't very appropriate, we didn't think, for a nature center. We built the building that basically took care of that. And to be honest, the staff really weren't too upset about that, to lose that playground. But we started getting lots of comments from parents saying they wanted something for their young children. We started coming up with all kinds of ideas. We kept throwing them into our little file folder, and nothing really stuck exactly right from what we really could do. And finally, a few years ago, we attended a workshop in Heston. One of the sponsors for that workshop was United Methodist Health Ministry Fund. We have Virginia Elliott, who is, and I don't know if you have other members of your board here today, or not. Okay, but that was conducted by them, or they were one of the sponsors of this. A guy named Rusty Keeler, who is a national leader in this movement in Playscapes, shared his idea for an area, basically like, it was to create an area like my backyard when I was a kid. A place to get dirty, only on a bigger scale. A place to build forts and dig in the sand and be creative and really, really stretch your limits as a child. Use your own imagination. And we approached United Methodist Health Ministry Fund about a grant. We got the grant, which really amazed me. I'll be honest, Virginia, I didn't think we had a chance. I don't care how positive my grant application was. I really didn't think we had a chance to get it. And we got the full amount of the grant. And then we had to actually do this. And so we hired Rusty Keeler, we gave us a master plan, and we started working from there. And most of this, though, our staff and other people, local builders, have helped us design these buildings. There are so many people I could thank. We would be out here about an hour and a half. So I just want to thank everybody that donated to it, that helped us design things, planted trees. People put in tremendous numbers of volunteer hours. Some people put in hundreds of hours of volunteer hours for us out here, and maybe we can introduce those people a little bit later on to you too. What am I forgetting, Mary? Just that thank you for coming out. I don't want to talk much longer. We're going to have some people cut who all's cutting the ribbon for us today? My hour and a half speech. Let me see, where's that speech at? But we're going to have some kids do the ribbon cutting for us today, which we thought was appropriate. I'm going to be here. If anybody wants to talk to me at all, I'm going to try to sneak out of the reception area and be out in the Playscape as much as I can. I love watching the kids play. And you can get out there. You can get your hands dirty, too. It's all right if you're 50 or 60 or 40. It really doesn't matter. You can go ahead and do that. So, Mary, go ahead. Do you want to introduce who our ribbon cutters are?
I would love to do that. Okay, we are going to cut the ribbon around the corner across the new gate at the Playscape. But Jim Smith Family Playscape.
Really success, yeah.
And today cutting the ribbon for us are Carolyn and Claire Fee. We're going to have Scout Heintzman. I'm not sure where Scout is. And then some of Tom Cook's grandchildren. Are we having Caroline Colson and Asher? So if those children will come forward and we'll walk over to the Playscape and cut the ribbon.
Like a lot of those cool sentences.